Hey guys, and welcome to the next episode of Automated Seller Podcast. Today I have a special guest, Arvin, Chief Delivery Officer of Seller Candy. Hi Arvin, how are you?
Hey, hi Jacob. I'm good. Excited to be here. So,
Sure.
how about you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, happy to have you here. And I would love to start simply by
Mhm.
introducing yourself to the audience. I mean, if you could tell us a little bit about your journey before Seller Candy, just how did you start with Amazon? What's your like connection there? Were you a seller or yeah, basically, what's your story?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this is a story that I'm always telling everyone whenever they're asking me about my journey with Amazon or e-commerce. Well, actually, I first met our CEO, John Cavendish, CEO of Solar Candy, in 2015. I was working as a financial planning analyst team leader in a corporate industry. Then I met him. I was actually just looking for a part-time job, and he gave me this bookkeeping job to update his book. He hired me, and then a year after, he asked me if I want to run the entire operations in for his Amazon business in the UK and Europe. And yeah, it was going really well. I'm managing everything from bookkeeping to client communication, VATs, sales, PPC, and strategy. Then a year after, we launched products as well in the US, which became viral, just was exciting. And then a year after, that's where John decided, okay, Arvin, why don't we'll launch rather a full management agency. This is I think was 2015, 2018, and we started hiring people from the Philippines and in Vietnam and
Hmm.
also from the UK and in the US. But actually, this agency was the source of the idea of Seller Candy right now.
So that
Because
was
when
not
we were,
Seller KD yet, Seller
yeah,
Candy yet, or was it?
it's not Seller Candy yet. So, but yeah, the idea of Seller Candy came from this agency that, but we were doing well on that one. But John like think that we can serve better. There will be other opportunity where we can help sellers more. And
Hmm.
John think of Seller Candy more of an outcome driven service that tell us what's going on, tell us what's the problem, and we will fix it for you. So John was like formulating or start having the idea about Seller Candy in 2020. Back then I was managing his own businesses, the agency and the operations of his own Amazon account while he is trying to launch Seller Candy early 2020. I joined Seller Candy September 2020, where John asked me, "Hey Arvin, why don't you run the operations? Because we have clients right now, so I'm seeing a lot of issues." And yeah, everything started from there. It became my life. I cannot remember how many clients or sellers I met. I think if I'll count it right now, it's almost 500. So in
Oh
different
wow.
marketplaces, in different product categories. So I kind of experienced all issues from listing just being suppressed, stranded, account being deactivated, and yeah, just like anything. So yeah, the
Awesome.
experience was great.
That's great. I mean,
Hmm.
it also seems like you know John pretty well from very long
Oh,
time
eight
right now.
years. Yes,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
eight
yeah.
years.
And how long you are working with Select Candy? You said from
Celery
2020, right?
Candy 2020, yeah. 3 years.
2020.
I don't know if my math is working right now, but yeah, since September 2020 till now. So
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome. We'll jump to Select Candy also in a moment, but before I can
Mhm.
also tell that I mean I know you like this is funny story, but actually I don't know if Richard still works with you, but like I think he
Mhm.
reached out to us about 1 year ago. He
Mhm.
invited me to your podcast, and that was one of the most lucrative podcasts I ever did. That was actually about introduction to ASP API, like some kind of overview. I showed some of the scripts, some coding there, and I published it on our website, on our YouTube channel. It got like I don't know 6 or 7 thousand views, and it brought us so many leads. So
Wow.
I can only tell that that was really amazing. That's how actually we've met initially, and then also I mean we've seen each other on the Prosper Show. You guys probably also on the next Prosper Show, right?
Yeah, yeah, we'll be there
Yeah, and
next year. Yeah.
that's awesome. We'll have also our own booth there, so I can only tell that this
Ooh.
is so funny because this is how actually our pivot towards Amazon happened. Before we were just the software agency, we are serving all of the other industries, and that was
Mhm.
kind of in the middle of the pivot when we say, "Hey, let's just focus on building tools for businesses around Amazon. And then we've done this podcast. I've did also like some other videos, and we are here now. So
Oh yeah, I
it's just awesome
remember.
how it happened.
Yeah, I remember we had the call last time. We were talking about SPA API and developer. We should schedule another call for that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a hot topic. So it's a hot topic because the API itself, it just I don't want to say like it sucks, but it's tough
It is.
to do something there. So
Yeah, I was doing this AWS, like studying it. I actually kind of learned it and discovered it, but to find out that it's not the answer to my problem. So there should be more. So
hmm.
yeah, I started to really learn more about developing and then codings and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, you have the AWS. Also, this is also something very which confuses a lot of people. I can tell you, especially the guys from the industry. I mean, I know a lot of other founders who are running like dev shop, software agencies, software houses. Is like you have different kind of names for those kind of businesses. And when I told them that now we are building tools for Amazon sellers, vendors, agencies, they are like,
Mhm.
oh. So you're like AWS provider, like you do a lot of stuff with the AWS. I'm like, no, 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 no. AWS, it's Amazon Web Services. This is totally different thing than Amazon Marketplace. Those are like separate companies. It's just Amazon in the end, right? So they are
Yeah.
kind of connected because you, for development, you use Amazon Web Services. This is like cloud services, like servers, functions, databases. But the actual API that we are using, it's selling partner API and advertisement API from Amazon. So also from everyone who is listening, those are like two separate things, and it's extremely confusing because when you also learn one thing, you usually jump to documentation to other thing, and it's just confusing. But then when you talk to employees for like Amazon employees, they're saying, no, no, this is like completely different things. So just to
Yeah.
clarify that. But
Thanks. Actually, I learned that the hard way because I mean, just for all the listeners out there, yeah, take that because I spent a lot of time dealing with AWS just to find out that it's actually a totally separate marketplace, and my
oh
client
yeah,
preferred it to be on the Amazon marketplace. So,
oh
yeah, thanks
yeah.
for highlighting that.
Sure. But yeah, let's talk about Candy now.
Mhm.
So, if you could, Arvin, tell a little bit more about your services and actually what you are offering to Amazon sellers.
Yeah, well, I can say that our team is sitting in between, virtual assistant and agency. We don't call ourselves as VAs or an agency, but we're more like an Amazon experts when it comes to troubleshooting Amazon issues. We do almost everything, as I said earlier, from suppressed listings to deactivated listings to deactivated accounts. The only thing that we don't do right now is anything related to listing optimization or and
Mm-hmm.
PPC optimization because we work with a lot of sellers. May they be retail arbitrage, brand owners. We also work as a back support for agencies and aggregators, and then we also support sellers or 1P sellers doing vendor central. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so all issues from FBA to catalog to account hold issues, merchants, all that, name it, just that PPC and
Awesome.
optimization. So yeah,
And how many accounts do you actually are supporting at the moment? If you could tell, like it doesn't have to be precise
oh,
number.
I don't have the accurate number right now. As I said, I handle almost about 500 accounts right now, and I think
That's
with
impressive.
all of the account that we're managing at the moment, it's 300 to 400. So yeah,
Do you
we
actually
have.
use some
Mhm.
software that alerts you, like gives you some alerts that you kind of know, all right, this right now we just need to check if this account has some issues, or how do you handle those? I mean, if it's such a number, it might be you might get quite a headache from that, right?
Yeah, well, for some of our clients that we do proactive support, we do have this software that we integrate to their seller central account to give us a real time notification of any issues, like maybe something changed, maybe just the dimension of the product change in the Amazon system, or the title, or whatever, even the images. So yeah, but we're giving it to our clients that notification for them to also be notified and for us to take action, but not all
Awesome.
of the
Yeah.
clients. Yeah.
is it like your custom software, or is it some tool that is already out there?
It's a tool that already out there that we partner with. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Because we've built some solution like this also for one of the agencies that is also like helping with all of the issues for Amazon sellers. And I was just wondering, but we've built like an integration to Jira system that aggregates all
Uh,
of the information notifications from all of the seller accounts. So virtual assistants can also like see it in one board and then react fast. So I can, so from what I understood, it's something similar, or is it, or how does it
it's
work?
kind of something similar from any notifications, even reviews, feedback, and
Yeah,
all that. Yeah.
that's great. And now I wanted to actually ask you what differentiates your services from overall like the market of virtual assistant services, because I've met some other similar providers like you, and yeah, I really wonder.
Yeah. Well, if like let's talk about first from hiring like a VA, because when you're looking for someone to support and manage your day-to-day operations and you like interview them, everyone can claim that they are an expert. Like I can
Oh
do
yeah,
this, I can do that, but then you
especially on
realize
LinkedIn, you have only experts.
yeah, that's true. Then you all realize that they're lacking some skills on the time that you hired them. So how we can really differentiate ourselves is that when you hire Seller Candy, you don't have to worry about the things that you'd like or that you are asking us to do or the issues how we're going to resolve it. You don't have to worry about the training, the hiring process, which we know is difficult, plus managing the people. Our team of experts, we know how to resolve all of these issues. We know how to escalate these issues from FBA to catalog, merchants, and all that kind of issues. Our team is a composition of like a mix of former seller support agent who work directly inside Seller Central or Seller Support, and
Oh,
also
nice.
VAs who work with Amazon agencies and directly with Amazon sellers. And together we combined the knowledge of this, who came from inside seller support to know the flows, how the things are being managed there, how it is going to be escalated, and the way the VAs are, troubleshooting these issues as well. We also have people who work with, former agencies. And when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to other service provider, yeah, as I've mentioned as well, that we don't do management of their PPC, and then yeah, listing optimization. So yeah,
Got it. And how big is your team?
right now we have 70 team
70.
members right now. Yeah, yeah, it's
Awesome.
good.
That's really a lot. Like, I mean, it's a big company already, and like
Oh
I
yeah, it
mean,
is.
especially specifically that you are so young, right? I mean, it's what, couple of years, this is 4 years or since
Mhm.
start. So it's crazy growth in such a short period of time.
Oh yes, I think it's just perfect timing because when we started Teller Candy, that's the time that when they kind of started launching the workflow. So responses from seller support become automated. So a lot of sellers are getting frustrated. So they're looking for someone who can fix their
Yeah.
issues. And at the same time, that's the time that the pandemic. So selling online became like a hit. So especially
Oh yeah.
Amazon. So that's why we grew massively, like in a span of like a year. Yeah, we have a lot of clients already, so it's going really well.
That's great. And now, what if you could tell? Was the, like what are, it's probably not one, but couple of them. But what are the most common seller central issues that sellers face, and you are helping them?
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on the type of sellers. There are sellers are retail arbitrage dealing mostly with suspected IP violations or IP
Yeah.
violations. And then there's also for brand owners, most of the common issues for them, which is Amazon is not updating the listings even though they have the brand registry. So as to try to publish it, to post it using flat file, and then for also for vendors. But yeah, if I will just summarize everything, it boils down into fixing on, like say, stranded inventory, and then yeah, variations or
Mm-hmm.
listing updates. So those are the things, brand registry related issues. But there's a lot. I can't really tell which one like I rank most.
Mm-hmm.
So but yeah, those are the
So
things.
you said you also work with vendors, right?
Yes, yes. Vendor
That's awesome.
Central.
We actually are launching very slowly, but we are launching one reporting tool for vendors, like Power BI reporting tool soon. So it's just perfect because once we get some more vendors, you could be like a right partner also for like
Oh yeah.
collaboration to face like to help with all of the issues. So and probably the other way around. So if the
Oh yeah, for
tool is
sure.
interested enough, then you could show it to some of the potential vendors. So that's great. Now for working with the clients, I've read on your website that you actually are doing like a regular catch-up calls with our with your clients. If you could tell a
Mhm.
little bit more about this and overall, how do you like how the collaboration with you works when a seller or vendor decide to work with you?
Well, we're offering the catch-up calls mostly for our agency and aggregator partners because not
Mm-hmm.
all issues that we receive are like can be resolved instantly. So we
Mm-hmm.
are having this catch-up calls because communication is vital. So it's more of like setting the expectation, telling our partners where we are at, what's the challenges, and then because at times before we perform a certain task, we need to ask approval, especially if it will have a general impact on the sales. So we have to talk about that one, and then can we do this? So yeah, those are the strategies as well, and how are we going to approach the issues? Because working with seller support, in my personal experience, is though they have an existing help pages, it's always thinking outside the box. Like, how are you
Mm-hmm.
going to resolve this? Not following the help pages, finding loopholes in their processes and challenge it. So yeah,
Get
that's
it.
why we're doing calls like that. And then also looking for opportunity how we can improve the service and or partner more or how we can help their business more.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, that's also what we do with our clients. It's always worth to look for the feedback because usually people do not tend to like just give you feedback right away if you don't really ask for that. So I think it's very healthy for the business to do it regularly. Just asking
Mm-hmm.
how is the collaboration, what are your
Yeah,
expectations, do we fulfill all of the requirements? It definitely helps to grow both businesses. So.
indeed.
Do you have like some case study actually that you usually share that you it's worth mentioning on our podcast, like how the kind of collaboration helps some clients save some money or grow?
Well, yeah, I mean, working with sellers, agencies, and aggregators, like for example, just talking about the stranded inventory. Once a listing is stranded, obviously you're not making a sale. So, enable to help them grow, we have to fix those issues right away. So, and then for them to start selling. Then for brand owners, they're doing a lot of strategy for optimizing their listings, adding more keywords to make sure that it will be indexed or to add more traffic to their listings. However, because of the retail contribution issue of Amazon, they are not allowing to publish all of these updates. Therefore, their plans and their strategies kind of being hold up for a
Hmm.
while. So we really need to fix those issues. So those are the things mostly why how we are helping sellers to grow their businesses in Amazon.
Great. And also one of the questions that I have here listed, and then I will jump to one bonus one, but we'll see if if you're
Mhm.
feeling comfortable also talking about that. So first of all, I wanted to actually ask you for some advice for Amazon sellers who are currently struggling with the managing their operations. This question is definitely going more towards, hey, when is the right time to start outsourcing some of the tasks to like virtual assistants like company like yours,
Mhm.
because I mean obviously when you're running on your Amazon business at some point you cannot do it everything on your own, right? Specifically when you reach a certain threshold of sales and profits, it's worth to just reinvesting everything into the business to grow. So
Mhm.
going back to the question again, what are the advice that would you give those sellers?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's challenging right now selling on Amazon because one thing, Amazon, I mean, I'm not really challenging, don't take me wrong, but what I'm trying to say is that Amazon is always changing.
Yeah.
Maybe the policy that they have right now may no longer apply next month or next year. So having or hiring someone to help you run the day-to-day operations, if let's say your finances can support you to have someone like an expert to really run your operations, then start hiring now. 'Cause I think that, I mean, I'm just saying it on my personal experience, because John started hiring me when his business was already like live, like all of the products are live, the strategies are there. So he needs someone to actually take all of this. But also, I mean, look, talking about the business owner, your goal is to actually, find more time for yourself. That's why you left the corporate world. For those who are working in the corporate world and decided to just embark into this journey of becoming a business owner, but then if you're just the one doing all of these issues, or all of these strategies by yourself, then you're defeating your your own reason
your
why.
your freedom, right? I mean, you kind of stop your job, like your corporate job or whatever you name it,
Yeah.
to become free, and then you actually land in this cage, or that you are doing everything on your own. So that's something that I have this conversation very often with other entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
It's very funny because like how I'm naming my job is like I'm becoming useless in everything I do, because like in the past, for example, I was a coder. That's like my whole experience. And then first clients of the agency, I used to build those products, right? Then we hired a
Mhm.
CTO. Now he has a whole team of developers. I'm not touching code at all. Then I was doing a lot of editing, video editing for the YouTube channel. Now I have a full-time social media manager that she basically posts
Yeah.
everything. She creates the copy. She edits all of the reels and everything. I'm useless there as well. So this is kind of your role, right? You kind of really need to create a system that works
Mhm.
without you. And I think it's a healthy business when you are kind of useless there. Um, and that's like the goal, basically, also the whole purpose of starting the business.
That's true. Actually, I have that. I mean, a joke that I'm always telling my good friend is like, you have to find a way to actually redundate yourself into your business. So yeah, having someone who would like take this over from you to do this for you on a day to day, because your goal will be after that there will be like a lot of things that you can do to grow your business, because you will not
Yeah,
grow if you will keep doing what you're doing.
totally. And speaking of also reducing time effort for tasks, optimizing processes and everything, that's like my bonus question, let's say here. It's more like also regarding the new AI era, and the trends that everyone is talking about. So my question is simply, did you leverage already some AI technology, and you actually did some guidance for your VAs to use it in some processes? Like, do you use some of the AI tools to actually solve the Amazon cases faster, or something like this?
Um, I mean, I would say yeah, we're testing some of them because we have to be up to date. We have to keep into like being on the trend, and then how we separate ourselves as well from this industry is because Amazon is becoming like before. I think before even the launch of all of these AIs, the workflow of Amazon is like already an AI. And Seller Candy exists because we want to include like a human touch on the processes. But we're testing. We're testing a lot of like looking on the AIs and how we can apply this one, because one thing that we will or last thing that we will do is to just provide an automated or canned
Yeah,
responses to resolutions of our tickets or issues. But yeah, it's exciting. Me personally, I'm learning a lot about AI, and then yeah, we're having discussions internally with our COO and then our CEO, like how we can like implement AI or add AI into our processes, which is you have to be on top of it.
yeah.
So
So I mean,
it's
you
good.
cannot replace everything with the AI. It's more like a
Mhm.
tool, like extension that you are using.
Yeah.
It's the same for us. Like our developers are using those GitHub Copilot, which just makes everything much faster. But in the end, it's always like you need a human touch. And if you just will be using AI, probably it will be like AI versus AI, because I'm pretty sure Amazon has a lot of automated answers as well. I mean, we face it so many times dealing with. Like getting access to like restricted data on the API side. So
Mhm.
yeah, definitely like I was just curious, right? But that's
Yeah.
very
Well,
very good that you're experimenting with those.
yeah, we're actually yeah, because I mean, if Amazon is not the way they are right now, because our goal is to challenge their help pages, their workflows. That's why we exist. But yeah, it's not that. But yeah, one thing what I was trying to say is that AI is already in one of our plans. So
Awesome.
yeah.
Great, Arvin. It was really really awesome to have you here. And for just one last question for you is more about like, do you have anything to share with the audience, like where people can find you and Seller Candy?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm the as Jacob said, I'm the chief delivery officer in Seller Candy. You'll talk to me after you sign up, of course, because I'm not part of the sales team. I'll be also hosting the Amazon strategy show of Seller Candy together with our head of sales and marketing, Benjamin Smith. And if you need to reach out to me, just email me, Arvin at sellercandy.com, or check out our website, sellercandy.com, and book a meeting with us there. So, yeah.
Awesome. I will make sure to also put the details in the description of this. Like, this will be like on a podcast on a Spotify and everywhere, and then also on the YouTube when I think most of the audience comes from. So awesome, Arvin. Thanks a
Okay.
lot. Was awesome to have you here, and we speak soon.
Thank you.